Wasch de deur.
Давай, давай, давай. Опа!
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. Ой-ой-ой.
صورت شقة الرصيف شقة.
Pirate ship meets modern infrastructure, and the result looks exactly as chaotic as you'd expect from two. In a startling incident off the coast of Ningbo, China, the YM Mobility suddenly burst into an explosion witnessed by the crew of a nearby vessel. Reports suggest that the container involved had been carrying hazardous materials. Rescue teams racing against time to save the crew trapped on board. 8 of the 9 crew members were rescued alive, while 1 remains missing. 5 months later, local authorities announced a tender to cut up and remove the sunken ship, with an estimated cost exceeding $3 million. Archived eyewitness footage captures the cruise ship MSC Opera crashing into a pier and a River Contis tour boat in Venice. The video shows the vessel failing to slow down or react to warnings, leaving the cause technical failure or human error uncertain. This is the ferry Alley Bay. Strangely, it was honored with a formal farewell ceremony. On April 26, 2024, at Beijo Port, ferry KMP Mishima lost steering control due to an electrical failure, briefly hitting 2 wooden boats. No injuries occurred, passengers were transferred, and the vessel was detained for inspection by maritime authorities immediately. With just a single small mistake, the captain of the COSCO cargo ship lost control and sent the vessel crashing straight into a seaport in Indonesia. least the tiny boat stepped in as the brave sacrifice, taking the hit so everything else could survive the moment. Worlds colliding. The 442-foot cargo ship Europa was leaving the Volar Lock when it suddenly encountered the smaller 262-ton vessel Nova, resulting in a collision. Despite reversing engines, the impact ripped off part of Nova's control tower, forcing the captain to jump into the water. He later reboarded and activated the emergency stop, but the ship still drifted into the riverbank. The captain's wife and child were on board but unharmed. Authorities are investigating, and early reports suggest Europa may not be at fault due to limited maneuverability while exiting the lock. When the sea takes back, there's no stopping it. Some ships are built to last, but the ocean always has the final word. This massive cargo vessel, a floating giant, suddenly finds itself in a bad not win. Cracks appear, the metal groans under pressure, and then snap, the ship splits clean in half, swallowed by the unforgiving sea.
على عيان يا اخي عيان دير بعد العزاني
రాసుకుంటాడా
If you're heading out for a sailing trip, you'd better keep a close eye out for super tankers because surprisingly, these massive vessels can be far harder to spot than you might expect.
I don't think so. It's just one last time, so it's going back their advantage, stay where they are. Just one last time, so it's going back their advantage, stay where they are.
In the Black Sea near Romania, a ship lost control while dropping anchor, drifted sideways, and slammed into another vessel already at anchor. Thankfully, no one was injured, though both ships sustained significant damage.
Stop the chill. Пьяный.
In just 10 seconds, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in the US collapsed after a cargo ship lost control and struck one of its pillars. It's unbelievable how quickly the entire disaster unfolded. Most recently, on August 9, 2025, the passenger boat Discovery was overwhelmed by waves measuring 10 to 12 feet, pushing it onto a submerged coral reef and leaving it stranded. Reports confirmed the area was already under a rough seas warning, and the vessel was returning to port. However, just 18 meters from the entrance of Koala Basin Harbor, the incident occurred. By evening, Discovery drifted into a breakwater and was carefully secured to shore by rescue teams. This ship approaches the dock like a giant, forgetting to hit the brakes, giving the shoreline an unrequested good morning hug. Caused significant damage to both the vessel and the pier, which had only been in operation for about a year and was carrying hundreds of passengers at the time. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. real-life maritime drama unfolded live, right before the eyes of everyone across the port.
Should have named this one The Mistake.
The yacht was trying to dock on the Scheldt River, but the captain was blinded by the low sun and couldn't avoid the oncoming vessel.
Allee, we moeten iemand bellen, schat. Stop met de filmen. Allee, belt iemand. Allee. Zit je met laag?
On Friday, November 14th, 3 cargo ships were involved in a chain reaction collision at an inland port in China. The incident was recorded by a CCTV camera mounted on a factory building across from the port. A far more serious incident involved the general cargo ship Lavana. While sailing from Uruguay to Lebanon, the vessel suffered a sudden engine failure in the Strait of Gibraltar. Battling severe weather, it drifted uncontrollably, struck the breakwater at Marina Smir in Morocco, and eventually sank. This footage shows